Hello there, my friend. How are you? And give me the real answer to that question. How are you really? I think so often we can get stuck in a feeling of defeat, frustration, maybe as if things aren't going the way that we want them to go. And checking in with ourselves is oftentimes the thing that can break that feeling. You know, when we develop a sense of awareness of how we're feeling and how that is the thing that is creating the reality that we don't want, then we give ourselves the ability to make some different choices. So check in with yourself today. How are you really? Give the honest answer to that question, and then see whether there's some shifts and adjustments that you can make to what you're thinking, how you're behaving, how you're showing up in the world, that will help you step into feeling the way you want to, living life the way you want to, not just the default kind of setting that you may have allowed yourself to fall into. All right. My name is Sabrina Militello. If we're not super familiar with each other, thank you for being here in my coaching corner here on YouTube. And I wanted to share something with you that is incredibly powerful in our conversation today around the mindset shift that will change everything for you in your health, in your success, in your business, in your relationships, in any area of your life where something different is what you are aspiring for, something different is what you want. This one shift in your thinking will be the thing that helps you change everything. Are you ready for it? Come close. The mindset shift is believing that you can. Now listen, I know that you've heard this before. I know that you know. I know that you know that you have to believe in your ability to achieve the things that you want. You have to believe that you have the capacity to, create whatever reality is that you want. But do you really believe in yourself? Because if you identified with what I said there at the beginning about how are you really, if you're feeling defeated, frustrated, stuck, then part of that is that you're lacking belief in your ability to achieve the things that you want to achieve. Because what belief does as a mechanism for decision making is that it implants almost this weird ability to overcome anything. When you have a level of belief that is so strong and so ingrained and so cemented and as a foundation of how you operate, it becomes almost like an unfair advantage for you to overcome obstacles, hurdles, struggle, failure. So if you find yourself in some of those low vibe energies like defeat, frustration, feeling stuck, feeling like you've tried everything and nothing is working, I can almost guarantee that there's a level of belief in yourself that has been diminished, or you're starting to lose, or it was never the foundation of everything that you're doing in the first place. So how do you create belief? There's something interesting about belief. It's almost, okay, let me share this with you. There's something called the Pygmalion effect. Have you ever heard of that? The Pygmalion effect. And it's something that it's not just, conceptual woo-woo. It's something that was recognized in studies out in the field. A group of psychologists studied kids in school. And what they did was they weren't actually studying the kid. Well, they were, but they were also studying the teachers. So what they went into the school to do is they told a group of teachers that a certain group of students were advanced. They were like the, what do they call them? Kind of like the elite students, they're more advanced. They're the ones that are operating at a higher level than everybody else. They told the teachers that these particular kids, they had like a handful of kids that they named, were of those higher performing types. These kids weren't. They were just, they were selected at random, these children's names, but they told the teachers that they were high performing, and they observed them throughout the whole school year. And what they found was, because the teachers believed that these kids were more capable, they were more elite, they were more highly functioning, they were gifted in some ways, the teachers transferred that belief onto the kids. They pushed them a little bit harder, They told them that they were capable of so much. They were more motivating and inspiring towards the kids. And because of that, the children performed at a much higher level than their peers by the end of the school year. They had absorbed that belief from those around them to propel them to higher levels of performance. The interesting thing about that, though, is that the kids weren't any different than their peers. Conceptually, like on paper, they weren't any different. It was the behaviors of others towards them that prompted their heightened level of performance. Now, you might be saying, well, that's great. If I had people around me that were supportive, that did believe in me, that were breathing life and inspiration and empowerment into me, then I would be able to perform really great too. Here's the thing. It wasn't the behavior that changed them. It was their interpretation of the behavior that changed them. Can you get that? It wasn't because they were receiving more praise or more belief from other people that was the shift. The shift was they started to believe in themselves differently. Yes, that belief coming from other people may have been the catalyst, but they were the ones that had to believe in their ability to do better in order for them to perform better and so elevate their achievement throughout that school year. Do you get that? So even if you don't have people around you that are supportive, that will push you, that will drive you, that breathe life into you and are inspiring and believe in you, the thing that matters is that you have to believe in you. And so when I'm talking about the number one mindset shift that will drive you to greater levels of success in your health, in your business, the belief piece, you believing in you, is the mindset shift. Now, that may have all been some nice words, but if you don't really take that on and go out there and start making some different decisions for yourself, it really doesn't matter. And just on a side note of you thinking, oh, I don't have mentors, I don't have people in my life that can believe in me like that and push me like that and drive me like that, there are 1,000,001 ways that you can seek support from people that are in that work. Mentors, business owners, coaches, people that are thought leaders in their industry. You don't even need to know them. They don't need to know you. Go and buy a book, listen to a podcast, listen to an audiobook, take a digital course, go to a conference. There's so many ways that you can put yourself in the room with mentorship and inspiring words and environments that breathe belief, if that's something that you think you're lacking. So in this digital age of the internet, we don't get to say, I don't know how anymore. We don't get to say that's not available to me anymore. Go and find it. So that's one side note. But the second thing there is really understanding that if change is what you want, if success at the levels of your health, at the levels of your career is what you want, believing that you have the ability to achieve that is the foundational piece of the equation. It is the number one mindset shift that you can make that will heighten and elevate your performance. You have to believe in your capacity. You have to believe that what you don't know, you can figure it out. You have to believe that you are capable of more. You have to believe that the obstacles don't mean something negative about you. They're simply there to help you learn and grow. You have to believe in a future that is better and more vibrant and successful than the current reality you're living in. You have to believe that more is available for you and you have the capacity to go and create it, in order for all the success that you're wanting to manifest in your life. Belief. Do you know what predates belief? What determines belief? It's your thinking. Think about your thinking. What are you thinking, repeating to yourself on a day-to-day basis? What is formulating your beliefs and your thoughts? What is at the root of all of that? Because it's your beliefs that dictate how you feel, and your feelings will determine the actions that you take, and the actions that you take obviously manifest the results that you see. It all starts right here. So really dive in to this question of your belief system. And if that's something that you know needs to change for you, go and actively pursue the change. Start investing in your personal growth. Start investing in your personal development. Buy the books, listen to the audiobooks, invest your time and energy in podcasts, go to the conferences, be here and listen to messages like this, learn so that you can start to embed a level of belief in your capacity and what is available to you that will help you elevate your career, your health, your relationships, all the areas of change that you want to the level that you aspire to. All right, I hope this was helpful. I hope it gave you some things to really think about and really pour into. Give this a thumbs up if you enjoyed it. Consider subscribing to this channel if you think that it would serve you to do that. I would absolutely love it. Come and find me on my social media and slide into my DMs and let me know what you thought about this conversation, what your kind of takeaways from that learning about the Pygmalion effect are, and how you are going to apply it to your life so that you can start to grow in the ways that you want. I'll see you later.